Alright, we're gonna be watching HaagenDazs, who's playing Tracer on New Queen Street. This is Gold 4, and I think it's on PC. What to do when I'm not getting the attention of my targets when flanking, and/or they're peeling against me. Throughout the game, I figured their auto was the biggest issue, but I just could not, for the love of it, reduce her value against us. Earlier in the game, she got peels against me. I just didn't know how to deal with it, let alone even damage her enough to force much attention onto me. And later in the game, she started to straight up ignore me, knowing I could not prevent her from doing her job. Half of the time, I didn't even know where she was, so getting my eyes on her was hard in itself. What do I do when I get into another situation like this? It really hurt her tank, and I really want to do better than how I did in this game. So I first was watching the replay, then I went and I saw that a couple people were replied, and they talked about your engagement timing and like missed pulses and just like distracting, which I obviously you're gold for. There's like obviously room to improve there, but it doesn't really feel like anybody is talking about the fact that your biggest issue is your aim. Like it's far and away your biggest problem. Like there's almost not even a point to talk about anything else because your aim is like really problematic. Because your central thesis here is I could not get work done because the enemy team was peeling. But I'm going to walk through these fights and I'm going to demonstrate you actually can fire off a lot of mags, right? So at high level play, you get 2 mags max to kill target before you have to get out, right? You're nowhere close to high level. So I think it's when you're looking at the mid levels, when you're looking at like diamondish, it's not really mid level, right? But like from my perspective, I think it was mid level, but at least the old diamond. So at diamondish, I think you're looking at like 3 mags, right? Where a good chunk of time you're still not even gonna get 3, but 3 mag is pretty much your ultimate upper limit. At your level, I think 3 to 4 is like a very reasonable number. You definitely should be getting a kill in like 4 mags. So for perspective, I think each mag from Tracer does 240 damage. So 4 mags would give you 960 possible damage to kill a 250 health target. So even with like 25%ish accuracy and some headshots, you're still getting a kill there. And again, I mean, like it varies based on how dodgy people are, but against a target who's not actively dodging you, at GM you're looking at easily 90% plus accuracy. Even in Diamond, you're looking at like 70% plus accuracy. Your accuracy is in like the 10 to 20% range. There's no advice that anyone can give you that is going to help you if you can't aim, right? Like that's just the nature of playing DPS heroes is you gotta be able to aim. It's a shooter. So rather than overly focusing on that, I just want to demonstrate like why is your aim such a problem, and I think it's warping your idea as to what you think the problem is. I think your problem is, you think it is like, look, if I could set myself up to succeed, if I could do the right things, then I win more games. Which is still partially true, but it's like such a distant second place thing to work on compared to your aim. So let's look at this first fight, okay? So we're gonna get out here. You're just scoping things out. For some reason, you decide to double blink here. I think this is incredibly dangerous. You have no idea who's there or like what's gonna be there. You've already seen, actually, you saw 3 heroes right then, right? So right now, you see that there's 3 heroes. And generally speaking, you don't want to be fighting multiple heroes. You want to be fighting 1 hero. Ideally, a hero that can't even fight back. That would be great, right? If that hero's busy, or like, someone like Lightweaver or Mercy who can't even shoot back. I mean, Lightweaver can shoot back now. I mean, he's been buffed repeatedly. But like, generally speaking, he's not great against Tracer still, right? There's no reason to try to force this fight right now. Just let them draw, right? But you double blink here, and let's look at this first mag, okay? So this is mag number 1. So your beginning is totally off, but then you do actually good damage here, right? This is actually very rare, right? So you did like 100 something damage, it's fine, okay, that's okay. But then you force rewind out of it. Doing 100 damage and rewinding is not a good trait, okay? That's just not good. We should think of everything Tracer, weirdly enough, like for fast switch aim and tracking and reaction time and everything like that, is actually still a heavily resource-based hero, right? At high ranks, when you're playing optimally, if you have all of your blinks and you have rewind, you can beat 1v1 basically any hero in the game that can conceivably die to you, right? Like, you're never going to kill a Roadhog, no matter how good you are. It's going to take, if you want to fight him for like 20 seconds, but like, it's going to take you forever. But like, generally speaking, for any squishy hero, you can win any 1v1 0. Like, Tracer has an unbelievably high skill ceiling. But if you have no blinks and you have no rewind, you are a squishy 175 health target running around that has no other value. And you just need obliterated. So don't trade rewind for 100 damage. That's bad. Okay? So for sure that. But I want to count how many mags do you get here before you are quote unquote peeled. Okay, so you got that first mag in, but like you sort of got peeled here, maybe. I mean, the Ash coach gunned the ground next to you. I guess that was scary, right? Right here, where you're like, oh god. Like, you go in, you don't even get hit here, right? The Ash literally doesn't do anything. I think she literally coach guns the ground, or she dynamites the ground. She dynamites the ground. But that's fine. So, here's your second mag. The Ana is dropping out of the window and is half health because you did the damage. You could just shoot her right now. What are you doing? There is no target anywhere close to your crosshair right now. Like, literally, there's nothing here. Like, at some level, like, this is even an aim issue. This is what I call trigger discipline, which is only hit the trigger if there is a target at least close to your crosshair. For example, if you hit the mouse button right now, right, and you hit fire button, and you're shooting, and you missed, you're not missing because of your aim. You're missing because there is no one there, right? If you're having issue tracking anybody, there's nobody on your screen. You should not be shooting right now. So we fired 2 mags so far. Okay, fine. So I think you think there's a somber here, which is great. Real excellent, right? You said get away. That's fine. There's a mini health pack here, which you are apparently not aware of. So I think it's important to grab mini health packs, especially as Tracer. That mini health pack is basically restores you to full health. So I would 100% grab that. Really, really important. So you're gonna flank around. I don't love this because you don't actually know where the somber is, and if she catches you, you die. But fine. All right, you go all the way over this side. I'm not going to talk about the rotations because I think it's honestly too complicated for you right now. But like, suffice to say, I don't think this is a good rotation. But here we go in, and then we're looking. Okay, so you see people really far away. Tracer does almost no damage at that distance. All right, so it's really not worth it to shoot people, especially if they don't know where you are. But you just fired 14 ammo here, which you missed / did no damage. I would say missing. Right? Okay, the tracking there was okay. But, like, again, you didn't have full ammo. If you have full ammo, you're probably doing 100-something damage to her. But, like, again, fine, whatever. You reload. So, let's count the mags, right? No one is looking at you. No one is peeling. This is an easy opportunity, right? 1 clip, reload, 2nd clip, she's dead. Or force something out, at least. So, we're not aiming at anything. Like, you just saw a ton of shots hit the wall. Right? Then finally, okay, you hit some of the targets here. Okay, you're shooting the Ash. Okay, fine. So you reload. You did a little bit of damage here. Now I rewind. But why am I rewinding? No one's looking at me. Like, I feel like you don't look like you have a lot of time on Tracer, but I feel like you're so nervous about taking damage that you rewind because you don't know where you're gonna die or not. The only person shooting you is the Maga, who's not gonna do a ton of damage right now. You could definitely like wait a little bit more and possibly get another mag in and before you rewind here. But, and this is also a really important thing, is like if you had 1 blink here, you could easily survive longer by blinking towards the wall, using this as cover, and then finishing a reload and getting a 2nd mag in before you blink. But whatever, that's fine. So we fired what? 2 mags there? 1 mag? Well, I mean, like, sort of, because you fired the first mag against the Ash. So this is, we'll call it, I mean, that was your choice, because you could have gotten the full one. So let's call this 2, right? So that's the 2nd mag right there. Okay, now we reround. So, now we're going to go back in. Maybe. I mean, really, you should just play the corner here and just, like, kind of poke him down, because without rewind, this is dangerous to push. Maga pushes you. Okay, you get out of the way. That's fine. All right, so you stay alive. Okay. So, yeah, you should dump in. You're going for the supports, which is great. Right, trying to go over the back line. Here's the Ash. Accuracy is there, not great, but, like, it's not... Like, you know, it's like kind of outside your effective range. So I'll give you that to you. Right? So that's a 3rd mag right there. Here's the Ana. This is like the best possible moment right now. The Ana has been popped into the air. She's just like moving in a very predictable path, right? She jumped from here, which means she's gonna land right here. Okay? You just track and you blow her up, right? Like, I think at Diamond Plus, this is, with her missing 50 health, has a very high chance of being a 1 clip. Right? I think even a Diamond player has an 80% plus chance of her dying from the shooting alone, and melee almost guarantees a kill. Now, you're not Diamond, right? You're very far away from Diamond, but, like, you gotta be able to hit some of this. Like, this is as predictable as it gets when someone jumps, right, in like, a straight line. Like, there's literally no way that they can dodge you. All you gotta do is put the crosshair on target and hit them. Like, you miss almost the whole thing. Even after she lands, she's not even trying to dodge you. She's literally just running back into the fight. You miss almost all of that. So, okay, she's still not looking at you. Also not getting healing. Now you're going to pursue. Again, This is an easy kill. She's just jumping, right? At your level, people jump all the time. Jumping targets are easier to hit than targets that are strafing, right? For sure. Is much easier to hit. Like, do you see how much you're missing? You're literally missing like 90% plus of your shots. Okay, so now look. You just got 2 free mags on an Ana with no one healing her, where she is not grenading herself, where she is in your LOS the entire time at close range. And you missed almost all of it. Alright, here's mag number 3. You could still kill the Ana, who is in your face right now. But you're going to shoot the okay, fine. So, we're going to blink out of this. You could still kill the Ana. Like, this is mag number 3. She's still half health. She is totally killable right now. Your aim is nowhere close to being on target. The only person that you can hit here is the tank, which is an enormous problem if you're going to be playing Tracer, because Tracer is not a tank buster. So, once again, you're just shooting the tank here. You really need to be killing the Ana. Like, you could have blinked through, turned to the left, and then blown up the Ana here, who's just still spamming jump. This is, I think, your 5th mag now? Okay, again, another opportunity where it's like, okay, Ana's here, Ana went to the left, okay, fine, I can blink to the left and kill the Ana. What am I shooting at here? Right? Okay, at this point in time, you should probably rewind because you have 50 health, but like your mortar manages to get the kill here. Like, this is what I mean. It's like, but like, this is not the only time. Every single fight is going to look like this. So, let's discuss again how big a problem is. Okay, so Ashe is here. You're gonna try to throw the pulse at the Ashe. There is nobody on your screen. Like, pulse is a really hard ultimate to land. Okay, I'm very first person to acknowledge this. Pulse is one of the hardest ultimates in the game to land. But you got to get closer than not even being on your screen, right? Like, there's no Ashe here. At the minimum, like, imagine if Pulse Bomb literally killed everybody who was visible on your screen. Like, it was a magical ultimate that was horribly imbalanced, and all you had to do was get them on your screen, and they would die, and you would still miss it. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how important or how problematic your aim is at holding you back. There's nobody on the screen. And I know it probably hurts to have me emphasize this over and over again, but like, you can't miss Pulse Bomb by this much. Like, it's like so far away from the Ashe in the situation, you might as well just not use the ultimate at all, because it's not even close. Like, you need way more practice at this. I would also note your sensitivity is probably really high, right? Based on how fast and how far you flicked, your sensitivity is probably too high. But that's just an aside. You can figure out on your own if it actually is or not. Alright, so Ana's here. You can get a clip at her. Ashe pokes you down. But, like, again, like, the Ana's not trying to dodge you. The Ana has no idea you are here. You could just hit her. Like, you fired 16 shots until you start hitting the Ana, and then you miss a bunch more. Your accuracy is literally in, like, the 10% range. And that's why it's like, I feel almost frustrated and bad that, like, the other people are saying, like, oh, look, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And they're correct, right? The other things they're pointing out, they're right. But, like, it's so far away from being your problem that, like, it's not worth it to talk about more advanced Tracer play because you can't execute the basics, right? It's like, if we think about basketball, there's no point in me calling out plays if you can't lay up a ball uncontested, right? If there's literally nobody on the court and you cannot put the ball in the hoop, there is no amount of basketball, like, plays or formations or defenses or anything like that I can explain to you that's going to make any difference because you can't put the ball in the hoop. That's, like, the critical part of the game. Like, just like, it's a shooter. You got to be able to hit people. All right, so Ashe is jumping. This is, like, a relatively easy shot. So accuracy here is not good. Again, she's not moving. She's, like, or, like, relative to you, she's barely moving. Okay, she's not trying to dodge you. She has no idea you're there, and you're doing 50 damage out of 240. So you're looking at like 25%-ish accuracy. Like, this is really problematic on people who are not even dodging you. Like, if they're dodging you, like, obviously your accuracy is going to go down, but they're not dodging you. Like, you're doing a good job for your level, getting behind the enemy when they are distracted and otherwise occupied. You just can't hit them. I think in this entire game, which only lasts 6 minutes, I don't think you get a single kill. I don't even know if you get an elimination on the on the Ana because the mortar helps finish it off. But like other than that, like the reason you guys get steamrolled is you're literally not doing anything. Like, look at this mag, right? So we're going in right now. Who are you shooting at? There's nobody here. And now the Ana's here, and like this is the one you should have been going on from the beginning. Okay, so let's look at this. The Ana is not dodging you. She's clearly fighting. Who is this? Your Baptiste here. You can't hit her. You can't hit a target who is like just in front of you. Like it's who is actively not dodging you. Like at this point, if you wanted to stop this replay and be like, okay, message received, that's totally fair, right? I'm gonna go to the rest of the replay just to keep pointing out, like over and over and over again, like this is your problem. I quite frankly think you should not listen to anybody else about anything until you fix your aim, because it's like devastating how much it's holding you back. Okay, so here we go again. So here's the Kiriko, right? Good. This is good. This is really good. Like obviously it's not perfect accuracy, but like perfectly good, right? Again, maximum damage is 240. You did something like 150-ish damage. This is great. Like this is totally fine. Like 100% acceptable or acceptable. No, I don't jump with that. 100% acceptable, right? Totally fine. Like no one is like ideally, I think at higher rank she could have one-clipped her, but like at your level, good damage. Everyone's happy with that, no problem. Even if you did like 125 damage, I would accept that, right? Totally fine. So right here, you're gonna follow up here, and you're gonna do pretty good damage here. I think you nearly get the kill. You're like a little off, but like fine. This is good. This is good. Like look, I'm not complaining about this at all. I think this is good, right? If you could do this on a consistent basis, you would skyrocket in terms of your rank. Now, the problem here is that you heard the Bob come out a while ago, and then you're gonna get greedy to try to pursue this, despite the fact that you already saw her swim step. But Bob's out, forces you out. I mean, not the best scenario. There are ways that you could have gotten that kill and rewound back, but I think that's beyond like your level right now. That's fine. So, once again, I think you get low here, right? It's good that you're trying to get away from the nano Maga. So, we drop on the Ana. The Ana has 66 health, okay? So we need to only hit, in this situation, we need to hit just slightly above, slightly below 1/3 damage, right? 1/3 is 80. We need to hit literally like 30% of our shots, and the Ana dies right now. Why are we throwing Pulse Bomb? Problem number 1. Problem number 2, the Pulse Bomb is not particularly close. Problem number 3 is, what are you shooting at? There is no target here. Like over and over and over again, this keeps happening. She walks on top of it, but then translocates away. Okay, so we come back over here, and again, like, look at this blink. So we're gonna blink forwards. So notice that you're shooting to the right. You're still shooting to the right. You're still shooting to the right. You're still shooting to you're still shooting to the right. At no moment in time do you try to correct for the fact that the ash is to the left of your crosshair. So now we're here, and again, like the issue here is not that you're getting peeled. You are consistently getting flank engagements on people who are not paying attention to you. You just can't hit them. So obviously they're pushing up. Your team is basically playing this game 4v5, right? Like you're doing almost nothing. Like your total damage at this point in time after 4 minutes has to be 1,000 damage. Right? Maybe. For perspective, most damage DPS heroes average about 10,000 per 10 minutes. So about 1,000 damage per minute. So you're doing about 1/3 of the damage. That feels about right. You're doing about 1/3 of the damage that you should be. As like a ballpark figure. And like stats aren't everything, right? Because obviously you just farm the tank for more damage. But like that's giving you an indication for like just how far off. Like I don't know if you got to Gold 4 playing Tracer. Like it feels kind of like you got here playing something else, and maybe now you decide to start trying to pick up Tracer. Right? Or you're trying to, add a hero to your pool or whatever it ends up being. But like it doesn't feel like you have any degree of threat here whatsoever. This is a really hard angle to be attacking somebody. It's like an unusual angle. But like you don't have to do it. Like you could have blinked down and then fired at level ground if you wanted to. But there's also no reason to be taking this fight right now because your team's not ready. Again, how much of this did we hit? Like 20% maybe? So she does take more damage than that. I don't know if it's actually from you though. Okay, when she straightens out, you get a little more damage in, right? So you did 100 damage, so that's okay. So that damage is no good, right? You did 25 damage there. Rewind's forced. At this point, I think you probably just duel out the Ash because you're kind of stuck here, but you're hoping you walk away because the team just lets you get away. The Ash can't hit shots either, so. Hack goes off, and then you die, and I don't really know how much of an engagement we get from here. So, your team is down 2 people. Just let the card advance, right? I know it feels weird to like let it advance, but like you can't win this fight 3v5, so just give your team a few seconds to respond. Like whether or not it's here or here at this point doesn't matter, right? You're definitely playing to just try to make sure you don't lose the game. So don't worry about like contesting the card early. So going out here and using all your blinks is a problem. Aim on the Ash there is okay. Now rewind is forced, but like look at the panic here. So your reload's off. Like you need to hit something. All right, so here's the rewind, okay? Like you're just all over the place. You're like, oh, let me shoot here. Oh, let me shoot here. Let me shoot here. But the target is in front of you, right? Like you're all over the place. I mean, you're low right now with no rewind, but thankfully your team saves you and the other team can't aim. Now you're shooting your own team. It's possible you're new at Overwatch, right? Because like that's like a very unusual reaction for somebody with experience. I think this is a terrible blink. You should never be blinking directly at the team when they're staring at you like that, because you can die so quickly when you try to do this. Like literally the Kiriko alone can nearly insta-kill you. But like now, of course, they're all looking at you because they just saw you blink through them. You have to rewind right now and you don't. Alright, so you get another gauge. So they're all here. Hopefully you're wearing a headset and you've heard / seen them go to the left. So you should know they're on your left, not on your right. But like no one's peeling you right now. Alright, that's mag number 1. That's mag number 2. That's mag number 3. This is mag number 4. Okay, well you were right, but like 3.5, so basically 4. Here's mag number 5. Here's mag number 6. Obviously, like there's no target here. You're just holding down the trigger. Here's mag number 7. How many more mags are you expecting to get in a fight? Right? Like the difference between them trying to peel and them not trying to peel has to be very minimal if you can fire 7 mags off in a situation where your team is actually outnumbered, uncontested. I mean, sort of contested, but like you didn't die, right? If you get 7 mags to fire off, 7 mags is 1,680 damage, like 1,680 damage. It's always tricky to math on the spot, but like easily over 1,500 damage to kill 1 hero. That's what you're getting. Like just get 1, and it totally changes the nature of the fight. If you can't kill a hero after 7 mags, that's a problem with your aim. It's not a problem with timing. It's not a problem with peeling. It's not like your targets are being healed, right? You just gotta put the crosshair on the target. All right, I'm gonna wrap there. Again, I think that what everybody else says around general Tracer advice is correct, right? And you can watch plenty of my other Tracer-related content if you want to learn that stuff. But your aim is far and away your problem, and that, in my opinion, should be what you should spend your time focusing on, right? Like practice with, an aim trainers first, right? You could do like you don't have to do like outside of work. You can do like VAXTA, right? You go. In fact, let me just actually do this. Right. So you go here. You go to custom games, create, right, and then settings, import code, VAXTA. Go back and just hit start. Oh, I really don't want to do this with my non-mechanical keyboard, but I'll do this. Where the heck is Tracer? Now you can see how much I did, right? Just hit warm up. It's fine, right? So I do this non-mechanical keyboard. Also ice code, right? So that's not good, right? So we're looking for right there. Lucio. So the important thing here is that you really want to get, for the record, I'm not a Tracer player. You want to use your movement. There we go. You want to use your mirror movement See, like, you see how much damage I can do right there, right? If you can line it up correctly, you can get a ton of damage in. I didn't want to chase out the Tracer. And I have not played Overwatch in a while, so like my aim is going to get significantly better over the course of this as I start warming up. But like this gives you an idea of like how much damage. Like again, remember, I am not a Tracer player. If I had to like exclusively play Tracer, I would be, I don't know, plat or so. Like not good. Like Tracer's a really hard hero, and it's not a hero that I play. But like even then, and like again, VAXTA is like tricky because in game situations, these are easier kills because as a general rule, like you can find situations where people are not dodging you. But like if there were heroes that were not dodging, wait, how do I do this? Yeah, if there were heroes that were like not dodging, then like I would just like absolutely blow them up. Right? You see how they're changing direction like way less now, and now I'm just like 2-clipping everybody. Again, like this is not particularly difficult, right? Ugh. And like I think this is more accurate to like what a game situation is like, where you'll often catch people by surprise. Like if you're constantly having to duel people who are looking at you as Tracer, you're doing something wrong. Because the whole point is that you're able to choose the engagement timing when they're otherwise busy. Right? Ugh. Anyway, that's enough of me playing Tracer poorly. So, again, like I have to emphasize, like aiming is a big problem, right? Start just by doing aim trainers, right? You can even set it to like easier than that. Right, so like I'm pushing F here, right? Very easy. We'll set like 50% movement, and just like practice tracking people. Right? Again, like look how much damage you can do against heroes when they're not moving in like an unpredictable way. Right? Like I literally hit like virtually every single shot there on the Cassidy, and it's because the Cassidy's not actually really dodging. But like you have to do like the core part, which is I have to get a crosshair on target. Like now you see, like I just do so much more damage now. Like look, I just do 222 damage to that life weaver. Like it's like you could do a ton of damage, and if you're closer, like you can basically 1-clip people. It's not easy, but like it is possible. I don't know why this Lucio is like way better dodging than everybody else. I hate shooting Lucios with tracking weapons. Anyway, start by doing something like VAXTA, okay? And then after you're like, look, I feel like I can actually hit people in VAXTA, then move on to deathmatch and just play deathmatch. And you're gonna do really poorly because then you're at live enemies, but just like keep practicing that over and over again. And after you're like, oh, look, I can play reasonably well in deathmatch, like I can consistently come in like top 3, then you can go back to rank and be like, okay, now I can work on doing it in a real game situation. All right? I think that's really the best advice that I have for you. All right, I'm gonna hold there. Hopefully this is helpful.